Hey guys, how you doing? Just wanted to talk about Project CW or CW Project, whatever it's going to be, whenever it comes out, and how it's going to affect us, if it's going to affect us on console version. And I was checking out some videos from the CCs on the PC side who were just doing the testing on it, and other guys in the comments sharing their experiences with the new game. And I watched Daz and Jingles and QB and as well as read through their comments. I guess you could say that it's being tested for a long time now in the World of Tanks console, but it looks to be radically different and than what we have, of course, and it looks to be radically better. I don't like. At first, I thought I was all excited about the Cold War mode. Sorry, in coming to our game, in console version. But it just ended up being, because there was no artillery, there's no Sky Cancer. But there's just so much fucking smoke everywhere, missiles flying around and shit. I gave it a good solid try, but I just didn't like it. I came back here and, like an idiot, and got punished by Sky Cancer every day, and got punished by shit teams and the matchmaking, and so I want to talk about a couple of things that those guys brought up in the video, and I'm wondering if it may be able to apply to our game in a positive way, because it is quite a bit different. There's not like a conventional tech tree where there is a progression system, but it's different than our tech tree. You use cash to and in-game currency to unlock tanks, and you get to choose. For right now, in the testing phase, some are already unlocked for people to try out, but there seems to be quite a bit of tanks, but it's not so much a tank, it's a character or an agent that you're unlocking or purchasing, and that agent has some unique abilities, and that seemed like a pretty cool thing to me when they talked about that. So your agent is linked to that particular tank, at least for now, I guess, in this testing phase. And they said it was similar to Overwatch and Apex Legends and stuff. So I don't know much about Overwatch, so I watched some video on that, and apparently that game is dying out because of greed and broken promises. So, and I thought, well, who better? I mean, World of Tanks guys, Wargaming guys, we got that hands down, right? We know what greed is in the game, and broken promises in this in their different wargaming titles. So we're no problem, right? We're used to that. But Jingle said something I thought I didn't quite make sense of, because he says it's going to be a standalone game, and he believes it's not intended to take players away from World of Tanks. So in other words, it's not World of Tanks 2.0, like I'm guessing our version is. Our version is like an extension. But he said they're hoping to draw players who wouldn't normally be interested in World of Tanks to World of Tanks through this new game. This Project Cold War. And that didn't really make sense to me. Why would you know, so there's, it's not really going to attract I showed this video here because this first one because game is over. It was pretty easy win for the enemy team, and you'll see in a sec here that a whole platoon of guys they just got involved too late, too slow. So I wanted to point that out, right? That's why I selected this video. Just a lack of involvement at the beginning. See all those guys in that platoon there finished first overall. They were rewarded, but not rewarded with a win because they simply got involved too late. They waited too long to get involved, and that's typical. That's typical of my teams, my experience in here. Okay, so we'll get that to more in this new game. How the matchmaking and some of the frustrations are kind of accounted for and limited in this new game. But I don't really get what Jingles is talking about and how it's gonna like if there's certain aspects of it, like the matchmaking, or say a light tank who doesn't want to scout, or I can tell in the first 30 seconds whether it's going to be a win or loss. These kinds of frustrations that just kill the fun factor. In World of Tanks, why would other players want to come in and take on all this frustration and the shit parts of this game and be, you know, like, so I don't get what he means by it's going to attract new players to World of Tanks. You're building a whole new separate game in order to bring new players to World of Tanks. It just doesn't make sense. But what does make sense is if they build a game that takes away those frustrations. It's less dependent on matchmaking. It's less dependent on RNG. RNG is really tightened up in the game. So and it also has respawns, right, with no kill counter, at least not right now in the testing phase, which I thought was really interesting. Here we're just getting I'm gonna get focused again and shot to shit here and die. There's not enough guys over here. They're all camping on that. There's another frustration. So this game's a loss. Right? It was lost within the first 30 seconds. And this is over and over and over again. Especially on this map, especially on this spawn. Guys are just fucking camping on that corner over on the other side and they're not moving. They sit there and refuse to move. You'll see some more problems come up later where a bunch of heavy tanks are sorry, talk to your heavies, they're trying to play sniper. And come on, man, this is just you're not gonna win that way. You just look where they are. You're not gonna win. This game's over. We're in the lead right now, but I tell you, this game's over, and I can tell at this point in the game it's all done. Once I'm dead, it's gone. It's gone. They just rushed through. They got the guy they wanted, me blocking them on that side. Now they're free to run around and cause havoc and win the game. So in In this new tank game, these tanks are actually, they call agents. And these these tanks or agents have unique abilities that are triggered by accomplishing in-game. Say you accomplish something in-game that triggers a special ability. It could be reload, accuracy, missiles. There's thermal vision. There's others that can deploy smoke, and the guys who have a thermal vision tank can see through the smoke. And there's also bait, like a fake destroy tank, where you pretend to be destroyed. Your tank like blows up. The animation of it blowing up, but it's not really dead. So you bait guys into thinking you're dead, and then you're able to shoot them. There's another one that can call in a chopper. It's just called. You're watching Dez. So it's on Chopper's ability is to call in an AC-130 gunship. So what bothers me about our Cold War is there's fucking missiles everywhere. There's fucking smoke everywhere. And it's a clusterfuck. Right? But in this other game, in Project Cold War, not every tank has these abilities, right? These are unique abilities to unique units. So, you see what I mean? It's not going to be just the same old mess over and over. Each game is going to seem, to me, from what I saw and described, unique and interesting in its own way. And if Jingles mentioned it was fun, actually, so did Dez. So, with wargaming, Jingles especially pointed this out. Wargaming is not. It's not fun. This World of fucking Tanks, World of Warships is not fun. When you can tell you're gonna lose in the first 30 seconds. The game's not fun. When you got some fucking guy on your team and a light tank who's not spotting, you'll see in a second. Whereas the enemy team has a guy, their light tank is spotting. Well, who's gonna win? You know, so you're so dependent on teammates. But if this game, you're not as dependent on the matchmakers, on the matchmaker putting you on shit team, right? Because there's no kill counter. You're just progressing at your own level, your own speed, and gradually unlocking stuff. So if they can make a way that progression is less dependent on your teammates, and just dependent. A few videos ago I said, why don't they just turn this into an every man for himself game? I said that in one of my videos not long ago, right? Because nobody plays a fucking team game in this game. It's every man for himself. They don't give a shit about team. They don't even know what a team is. So if they can eliminate that frustration and say no Sky Cancer, please don't ever, I hope they don't ever go back on that promise. If Sky Cancer comes in the form of a guy who's unlocked, like his AC-130 gunship, then good on him, right? He accomplished that. There's not just an AC-130 up there patrolling the whole fucking game like Sky Cancer. No, the guy earned that. He unlocked it. That is his tank's ability. And if you take RNG and minimize its influence on the game, man, sign me up. What apparently there's not in this game is a lock-on ability. And I would appreciate a lock-on ability. My old beat up hands and fingers and stuff, I would even take advantage of that lock-on ability. Anyhow guys, just wanted to talk about this new project, and I hope they can implement it for us to change our Cold War to be more like the new proposed one. Thank you.